Hello lovelies, welcome back to another video. In this week's video, I thought I would give the bokeh effect nail design a go. I've seen these here around Pinterest. The bokeh effect is exactly the image that you're seeing at the moment on the screen. It's like a sort of photography style, which is very soft and layered and just almost kind of blurred out. So I thought I would give this a go using some beautiful nail sugar nail confetti and my Blingline hard gel. So let's jump in and get started. Okay, so what I'll be using is my flexi finger for this design. This is from the actual hand, which is the individual fingers. I love this, brilliant for practice and playtime. So if you haven't got one, you should definitely get one. They are so handy to have, excuse the pun. I'll also be using my Blingline Cool One Step gel in pink. This is a sort of semi-transparent kind of gel. It's really self-leveling, it's lovely to work with, but it is quite opaque, but that is exactly what we need for this design because we will be working in layers, so something solid wouldn't work. I'll also be using the clear in the Cool One Step 2, along with the matte finish gel, and also some of this beautiful nail confetti from Nail Sugar, of course, which is available on the website. It's quite iridescent, beautiful colours through it, so that's what I shall be using for this design. Okay, so I have the nail all prepped and ready to go. We're kind of going to imagine that this is our either sculpt or our tip. So this is really our foundation that we're going to be doing the design on, if that makes sense. So I'm going to apply my base layer first. This is what I would be filing down to. I just kind of like to put that very, very, very thin layer on, just to kind of give us a base to work with before doing any design work. So once that base is applied, we'll then be putting it into the lamp to cure. Okay, so this is the first layer of our design. So again, I am putting a very thin layer, very, very thin layer of the Cool One Step Pink gel down. We won't be curing this here until we have our confetti on. So I'm just sort of coating the whole nail in this very, very thin layer. And then I will be going in with that beautiful nail confetti, and I kind of want to start this sort of halfway down. If I was redoing it, I'd probably go a little bit more towards the free edge, but just kind of randomly setting on those little bits of confetti just where I want them before curing. Okay, so now we're out of the lamp. I'm going in with the second layer of our design and I'm painting it on really, really thinly, just enough to adhere another sort of layer of those beautiful little confettis too. And with this layer of confettis, I am working more towards the cuticle, so that whenever the design is finished, it'll almost kind of look like there is sort of some in the background, sort of like fading in. So this is why we're working in really thin layers. So I'm just kind of placing those where I want it before curing a second time. Okay, so we're now on to the third layer of our design, and yet again I am putting a very, very thin layer of that Cool One Step Pink gel down before applying a few more of the little nail confettis to it. So I'm just kind of placing them as and where I want and adding a few of the tiny little sort of iridescent sparkles that's in there as well too, just to give a really nice soft bokeh effect before curing. Okay, so now we're out of the lamp. Now what I want to do is add some structure to the nail. As you can see, it is quite flat, so it does need encapsulated and it needs a bit of an apex in there. So this is where I'm going to be working with the cool One Step clear gel. So I'm just going to apply that and just sort of encapsulate the design and add my apex in too. Just make sure that my structure is all correct before curing again. Okay, so now that we're cured out of the lamp and our structure is looking great, I'm just wiping off that tacky layer with some gel cleanser, just making sure that I get all of that off before going in to file. And I just do my normal filing routine, which is my side walls, my free edge, around the cuticle, making sure that the apex is in place, and just sort of buffing and smoothing everything off before going in to top coat. Okay, so there we go. We're all filed and refined and buffed, and the nail is looking fab. It's all nice and smooth and ready for the top coat. I'm going to be using the Blingline matte finishing gel, so let's get that on and see what the finished look is like. Okay guys, so there we go. That is the finished design. I really enjoyed doing this here. A lot of layers to work with, but it's so much fun and would be a beautiful feature nail, especially too for those clients that maybe say aren't so much into the full-on bling but kind of still want a bit of subtle sparkle. And I'm sure that it could be done with a whole series of different colours as well too, but I really enjoyed this. So I hope you did too, and I hope you liked this step by step. So if you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you all again next week. Have a great one.